yeah, it was crazy free agency. Nothing like it, and yeah, probably won't ever be anything like it again. So it was just a crazy situation, and I'm just excited to have been able to find a great situation to come into and try and contribute and try and help this team take another step. I mean, it's got some great pieces in there, and they've proven how competitive they can be and how good they can be. So I'm excited to come in and work under Nick Nurse and get to know the guys and try and contribute and make their jobs a little bit easier. So I know they'll make mine easier. It's just about trying to come in there and contribute in a positive manner.
Wonderful. Oh, we got some questions for you. First one comes from Mike Ganter from the Toronto Sun.
Hey, Aaron, congratulations on the contract, and not that I'm the Chamber of Commerce, but welcome to Toronto.
Cheers, thank you.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Well, Tampa.
Yeah, well, Tampa
at least.
Exactly. How early in the process did Toronto come into the mix for you?
It was one of those things. Like I said, it was a crazy free agency, but they were always in communication that they weren't sure what was going to happen with the bigs that they had in Ibaka and Gasol. And as soon as Ibaka went to the Clippers, then the conversation started getting a lot more real on both sides. And from the first moment that I was talking with them, I was excited. Just like I had said, I've seen what they've done from afar. I've played against them many times, and I'm excited to be able to come in and try and contribute now. And it's always been a fun place to go up there to Toronto and play, and hopefully we can get there this season so I can feel what it's like on the other side.
And one more, if I could, you're coming off a year where you played more minutes, or you averaged more minutes a game than you ever have in your career at 33. It looks like that opportunity may be here again for you, more minutes. How do you feel about that?
I'm looking forward to it. It's one of those things where every single season I've been able to continue to get better, and I'm still looking to get better. And working under Nick and with the other coaches there, I definitely think I can learn more and get better. And I've been continually trying to work on the 3-point shot, which I know has been a thing in development ever since I came to the NBA. But I feel very confident that I'm going to be able to go out there and contribute, and I'm looking forward to the role that I'm going to be able to go out there and try and work for. And the body feels good. We've had 9 months now to get the body feeling right. So I know it's a compressed season, but I'm going into it in the best shape I've been in. So I'm really looking forward to getting out there and getting to
All right,
work.
appreciate it. Thanks, Aaron.
Cheers.
Next question goes to Josh Lewenberg from TSN.
Hey, Aaron, congratulations and welcome. Obviously, you've done a lot of winning in your time in the NBA, the championship in San Antonio, some really good teams in Boston, and now you're coming to a team that has won quite a bit recently as well. And I mean, that's a big part of their culture and philosophy here. How much does that sort of help in terms of being a natural fit for you with the Raptors, and how much of that was a part of the conversation that you had with them and why they were interested in you?
Yeah, definitely. First and foremost, when you're in this league, you want to be able to compete for the championship. And like you said, I was fortunate enough to be on the team in San Antonio when we won in 2014, and in Boston when we got to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Game 7 is fun. There's nothing like it, and everything on the line. It's all about winning. And I know Fred VanVleet, he was talking about, look, he's always been a winner throughout his career, and so has Kyle. And so I'm just looking forward to coming in and playing with these guys because I know what they're all about. And that's what it is at the end of the day. We want to go out there and we want to win and give ourselves the best chance to be within shooting distance of getting that ultimate prize. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and going to work with these guys, because I know when the game's on, they battle with everything, and that's what it's about, and that's what I try and do as well. So
I wanted to ask you about the evolution of your 3-point shot and what that process was like over the last few years, adding that to your game. And do you see another level in terms of maybe taking more threes as your career goes on?
Like you said, it's definitely been an evolution throughout my NBA career. But from my first stop in San Antonio, it was something that I've been working on. And then every single day, once the coaches had being once the coaches were satisfied with everything else I was doing, I kind of said, all right, now it's my time, and I'm going to work on these things, because that was when I saw the game was changing, and Golden State were doing their thing, and I figured I got to be able to add something else to my game. And so since then, I've always worked on it. But then when I got to Boston, having the confidence of your coach really helps. And Brad Stevens saw me shoot the first day and told me, look, if you don't take this shot, then that's hurting our team. So, between he and Danny Ainge telling me that the 3-point line's there for a reason, well, I'm not going to turn down being able to shoot threes. And so those guys really gave me a lot of confidence. And then Monty continued that out here for me in Phoenix. And, in the early discussions I've had with Nick as well, he said, look, we're going to need you to be aggressive. And Kyle's great at finding guys, and he's going to give you a lot of time and space. And it's about, rewarding him for what he's going to be able to give you as well. So, I'm looking forward to going out there, but at the same time, I'm never trying to force it. I'm trying to find the best shot for the team. And that's what Toronto's been about over the years, is trying to find the best shot. And just, if you do that consistently, then you're going to be in a good spot come the end of the game. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. But it always helps when you have that confidence from everyone around you as well. So that's what I've been fortunate enough to have over the last few years, and looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thanks, Aaron.
Cheers.
Next, we have Michael Grange from
Hey, Aaron. Congrats. Looking forward to getting to know you a little bit better. Just on that theme, I had to be covering the game. I don't know if you remember it, but it was in 2018. The Raptors were playing in Boston. It was late in the season, and you hit a couple of threes, 2 of 2. And I think up to that point in your career, you'd been 1 of 19 in your career up until then. And obviously, you kind of, that next season you started shooting and haven't stopped. But do you remember that game? What was going through your mind? Or if you don't, that's fine. But I remember it.
Like I said, I'd had numerous discussions with both Brad and Danny, and they kept telling me to shoot the ball. And, you're a little bit hesitant at first because it's something different in the NBA. I'd been doing it internationally for a while, but, just it's a little bit different for the NBA game. And as soon as you see one go down, though, then you don't see a poor reaction from the coach or anyone else. Everyone's like, come on, keep shooting them. It doesn't take long to buy into it and want to take as many as you can, if they're good shots. So that's when I really started realizing that, if I just slow down and don't rush things and, shoot within rhythm, it's usually a pretty good shot. So I think I remember definitely going out there, and you're gonna remember a game when you go 2 for 2 and your first time in your career. So definitely good memories. But I haven't looked back since, and still trying to get better. I think I can definitely improve on what I did last year again, and that's what I'm working towards every single day.
Awesome. And as a follow-up, you're born in New Zealand. Your parents are Kiwi, but you play for Australia. So what's the proper, was that a little bit of tension that you ended up playing for Australia of Kiwi parents and all that? Tell me a little bit about that.
No, we moved to Australia when I was a baby. So there was definitely no tension. They knew they were raising an Aussie, and that was the first thing. One of my first memories is watching the 92 Olympics. That was, well, not the first memory, but one of the first things I can think back to that was a big impact in my life was watching the 92 Olympics, and all I was watching was the green and gold, and I knew I wanted to be a part of that one day. So definitely bleed the green and gold, and love going out there and representing Australia. And I'm always Australian, even though fair few of the rallies may be Kiwis, but it makes for more fun during the blood is low anyway, so it's all good.
I'm not sure I understood that, but I'll roll with it.
No worries.
Well, maybe, could you tell me what you just said? I'm sorry.
Australia, New Zealand rugby game,
okay.
Rugby union game. It's a pretty big one between the two countries. So bit of rivalry there.
Okay, appreciate that. Enjoy your day. Take care.
No worries.
Next question goes to Eric Kareen from The Athletic.
Hey, Aaron, congrats on the deal, and welcome to Toronto or Tampa or whatever we're calling this team this year. You mentioned you mentioned the Raptors. Yeah, that works. You mentioned playing for Nick and how that's exciting. He's one of the more creative coaches, especially defensively, as we saw last year. Lots of zones, lots of different types of zones. As a center who has to be really, has to communicate a lot in that role, how much do you look forward to that? Does it remind you of international play? And how different is it from what you have been doing?
As much as the offense is fun, I always love playing defense. I think that's where you can really change a game, and I always try and lock in on that first and foremost. And the best way for me to do that is being vocal and talking to everyone. I would err on the side of talking too much than not talking enough on defense. I think communication, you can sort out a lot of mistakes that will happen, because inevitably they're going to when you're playing against the best players in the world. So, I'm looking forward to going out there and playing within Nick's system. And I know that it's going to be a little bit different. We'll give teams different looks, but that makes it even more entertaining for me. It's always fun when you see a team coming down and there's a bit of confusion in their face. You're doing something right, and the game's going to, hopefully swing into your favor a bit as soon as you see that. So I've experienced the other side of it as well, and I know that when you can take away people's momentum, it definitely changes the game, and that's something Toronto's been able to do over the last few years numerous times.
Just wondering, is there anybody on the team or on the coaching staff you have sort of a deeper prior relationship with, or is it mostly new faces for you?
Yeah, a lot of new faces. That's what I'm looking forward to as well, is getting to know these fellas and go out there and go to work with them. But it's a lot of new faces, even though I played against them, so they're pretty familiar, and looking forward to playing with them now instead of having to guard them, and try and help them as much as I can to take that next step as well.
Congrats again. Thanks.
Cheers.
Michael Grange, you have another question?
Always. Aron, you just touched on this in terms of the free agency. You're one of the more prominent centers available. Did you always have an eye on Toronto? Were you willing to wait, or how did that come about? That, because relatively you were kind of late in the process for your stature, I guess I would say.
48 hours was pretty late in this recent free agency. It was a long time. It was a very long 48 hours, but they say good things come to those who wait. So I was looking forward to a few opportunities out there, and this was definitely one of them. I knew there was always an option, and I was just hoping for a good situation. And definitely the basketball role here is something I'm looking forward to, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. I want to go out there and compete, and hopefully I can go out there and earn those minutes under Nick. So I'm looking forward to it.
Great. I appreciate the follow-up. Thank you.
We do three more for you, Aron. First one goes to Stephen Lung from Sportsnet.
Aron, welcome to the Raptors.
Cheers.
You kind of mentioned how you were kind of looking forward to now playing with these with people that you've been playing against for a long time. I was just wondering, what was your impression of some of the players on the Raptors who are now your teammates, and what are you most looking forward to kind of working with them on?
They're competitors, and it's an every time thing. It's not, they don't take possessions off. Over the last few years, when I think back to especially playing up there in Toronto, it'll be a close game, and then if you make one or two mistakes, they make you pay every single time, and that lead gets stretched out, and it's very hard to try and get anything back against them, because they are so cognizant of how important each play is. And they saw that in their championship run, that one play can change the entire season. So that's something they're all very aware of. It's something I'm aware of, and it's going to be fun to go out there and play with guys that are on the same page about every single possession matters. And that's one thing that they do extremely well as a group, and I know it's from the top down. So I'm looking forward to going in there and being a part of it.
Obviously, it must not have been very fun to be on the receiving end of it, but was there some level of admiration there, like kind of seeing like this Raptors system, like as an outside observer?
Yeah, definitely. At the end of the game, you got to take a realistic look and watch the game for what it is and where you can improve. And I watched a lot of the games over and over again and try and see where I can get better. But when you're watching it, you just see, the separation that happens some point during the third quarter a lot of the time. And, you got to tip your hat to them and just acknowledge how well that they do play as a group every single time. And they don't really go through too many lulls as a group. So if you're doing that over the course of 82 games, you're going to set yourself up to be in a good position come playoffs. And yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Thanks a lot, Aaron, and again, welcome to the Raptors.
Cheers. Thank you.
Going next to Aaron Rose from SI.com.
Hey, Aaron, congrats on the deal. I'm wondering, you're a guy who's sort of bounced between the starting rotation and the bench throughout your career. There's sort of an expectation that you'll probably be the starting center for Toronto or for the Raptors. If that is the case, what does that do for someone sort of knowing where your place is within the team on a regular basis?
I'm excited. Nothing's ever set in stone, so I know I have to go out there and earn it. And that's what I've been about my entire career, is always trying to improve and always trying to, show my value on the court. And so that's what I'm all about. And that's what I'm excited to do, because I know that the team can compete and can compete for the championship. And that's something I want to go in there and do. There's when you won the championship 2 years ago, that's the only expectation you can have when coming into it. And yeah, I'm excited to get out there and get to work and work towards getting that role. But at the same time, I know it needs to be earned. And so, I feel really good right now and my body's feeling great. It's just about going out there and getting to work and getting comfortable with these guys.
We talked a lot about your 3-point shooting, which went up last year. Did you feel comfortable at that number, or do you think it could go up? Sort of where's that range in terms of your 3-point shooting?
Yeah, you always want to get better. I'm definitely not trying to take a backward step right now. That's why I'm putting in so much work every single day to try and continue to improve. I'm never satisfied, no matter what happens. I think as soon as you become satisfied, or that's when you're already a step behind in this league. So I'm always trying to work and get to the position where I can contribute more to a team, and there's no different coming into this season now. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and trying to improve and help these guys improve as well.
Thank you, and congrats again on the deal.
Cheers, thank you.
And final question is going to Raphael from Radio Canada.
Hi, Aaron. Welcome to the Raptors. I noticed on social media that you're coming to the Raptors with a pretty big fan base. There's an unofficial fan account that has almost as many followers as you have on Twitter. I was wondering, how did that come about? And if you have any anecdotes to tell about this, what seems to be a crazy fan base.
It's entertaining. I remember it came about when I was out in Boston, and one of the things about social media is it can be so negative. So the difference about the unofficial fan club is that it's always positive, and they're putting a spin on different things. And no matter what it is, there can be a post about anything on ESPN, or there can be a post about a boat show coming up, and for some reason they're able to find a way to bring up some previous stats in my career or something that makes some relevance to them, and they're usually pretty entertaining. So to me, there's a lot of positivity coming from it, which is kind of goes against the grain for a lot of professional athletes when they're interacting with social media. So, the best thing about it as well is they have a lot of copycat accounts out there as well. So it's breeding even more positivity on social media, and it's a good thing. So I definitely follow them, and I have a good laugh a lot of the time, and they're bringing up stats that I had no idea about at the same time as well. So, just trying to go out there, compete, and hopefully give them some more stats that they can bring up to talk about at some point.
And how much do you think that is due to the beard as well?
The beard? I have no idea, mate. The beard has just been something that the missus told me one day. She said, "You're going to grow a beard out." So, I picked my battles, and that wasn't one I cared to fight about. So, I only know that I've had it since my son was born, and I don't see it coming off anytime soon. At least I won't get the permission to shave it off anytime soon. So we'll keep it going. And the best thing is that it's also the same color as his hair. So everyone knows that we're related when they see my beard with his hair.
All right. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
That was very good marital advice there.
Oh yes, that everyone says happy wife, happy life, but I kind of subscribe to the mildly irritated wife, more entertaining life.